All right, so this is sort of a follow-up video, or rather a redo of my 38 years old, unemployed, quit my job without a plan, with little savings, and I can do this kind of thing. So I know I went too easy on him. I think I went way too easy on him on this one. And I mean, what he did, he's 38 and a half. He left his job. He's like, I don't have a plan, I don't have savings. But the big alarming part is, how come he doesn't have savings at that age, 38 and a half? He wasn't able to save or invest anything, or he maybe did, but it was just so little with a job. So if he couldn't save much, what's he gonna do when he has nothing, when he has no income coming in? So that's the alarming question, though. And just looking at it, yeah, he may have 500,000 views, but it's like he's thrown himself to a brick wall. You know, he's thrown himself to a wall. He's like, yes, I can do it. Gary Vee told me that I should, pursue my dream, blah, 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 all that stuff. I mean, it's great to pursue your dreams, but it's like, you don't want to endanger yourself, if anything. Like, you want to do whatever you can to save and invest for yourself. You want to be able to have, like, two areas of where your money is placed. One is, like, the cash, just straight up cash, 12 to 18 months, maybe 24 if that really helps. And another place is having investments where you don't take money out, rather you just put money in to leave it in the market so that it can grow. And hopefully you'll have a good amount so that it'll grow to a retirement amount by the time you get to, like, retirement age, like 60 plus. So that's what I mean. You want to have those things. And that's what I'm telling myself too. I'm still learning too. I have many ways to go myself. Sorry, it's pretty loud here. I'm gonna go on another area. But yeah, just like, what's his name? Mr. E. Oh, it has his name, Mr. E. I'm trying to remember that guy's YouTuber name. It's Mr. E. That 38-year-old guy, 38 and a half. And he's just trying to survive. So let's just hope that he doesn't end up e-begging like what DoorDash did. I mean, DoorDash did a similar thing where she was preaching to everybody to quit their job. Don't look up to a boss, be your own boss. This is what you are, you. But look where she's at the age of 44, struggling her ass off, living in her car with barely any money to her name. Like, that's a dangerous position to be at. You don't ever want to be in that kind of position. You don't ever want to be in that place where, you're endangering yourself. And I tell myself that too. I don't want to endanger myself. I'm telling myself this too. That's the thing. Like, what he did, I mean, it's nice and all, but I mean, for the time being, but then it's like, dude, you better hope you don't run out of the remaining money that fast, because starting over from broke at a later age, like 38 and a half, 39, is it's tough. And it gets even harder as you get older, because your body starts to decline. You're not as agile as you were in your 20s and your late 30s or so. Like when you get to your 40s, 50s, it gets hard. So yeah, that's why it's important to have savings and investments, though, because you don't want to endanger yourself. You don't want to, like, put yourself in that bad position, but we'll see. I mean, I better hope he doesn't go into the e-begging part. I mean, he has a pretty good audience so far. 2 videos, he has over 10,000 subs. He's growing like snooks, but he better maintain that reputation on the community. Otherwise, the moment you e-beg, everybody's gonna turn on you. So I'm just looking out. I'm not trying to be a dick on him. I wish for him the best, but just don't endanger yourself. And the worst part is, it's like you're telling people to do the same thing. You don't want to tell people, hey, quit your job without a plan. Quit your job without a plan and nothing for yourself. Yeah, you don't want to do that. You don't want to give that kind of message. That's gonna put people into too much in such a really bad position. You don't want to do that. I would say just stay at your job until you have some sort of a plan, and most of all, you have a good amount of savings and investments to protect yourself. That's what. But anyways, likewise, I'm gonna more likely take the video down because I felt like I was somewhat going against what I've been saying about save your money, invest. But I thought I wanted to be less biased in that time. But I figured, you know what, that was not a good idea on my part. I was wrong. So you for sure need to save your money and invest for yourself. Especially this is for your future. And for those who are young, 20s, 30s watching this, yeah, take very good care of yourselves though. I know work sucks. I understand work sucks. We don't want to look up to a boss. We don't want to be dealing with that shit. I get it too, but for sure, find whatever you can to save and invest so that you can have more opportunity to get out of there. And whatever idea you have, do it while you're at your job. Yeah, I know it's easier said than done. I'm still working on it too myself, man. I still am. I'm no better, if anything. But anyways, we're at the 7-minute mark. Thanks for watching, or rather listening to this. Have a good one.